Checked exception in Java. Checked exception, also known as compile time exception, are exception that must be either called or declared in the method signature using the throws keyword. These exceptions are typically used to handle expected error scenarios that a program can recover from. They force the developer to acknowledge and handle these exceptional conditions, ensuring that appropriate actions are taken. In this example, import java.io.star. This line imports all classes from the java.io package, which contains class for handling input and output operations and including file handling. Public class checked exception example. This line declares a class named checked exception example which contains the main method and another method named readFile, and next is a public static void readFile throws IO exception. This method readFile takes a file path as a parameter and is declared to throw an IO exception. This means that any code calling this method must handle or declare this exception. And next line, file reader file equals to new file reader method. This line creates a file reader object to read from the file specified by the file path. And next is a buffer reader file input equals to new buffer to reader. This line creates a buffer reader object to efficiently reads characters from the file reader. Next, for int I equals to 0, I less than 3 and I plus plus, this loop reads the first 3 lines from the file and prints them. File input dot close method. This line closes the buffer reader to release system resources associated with it, and next is a public static void main. This line is the main method, the entry point of the program. Next is a string file path example.txt. This line defines the file path of the file to be read. And next is a try catch block. This try catch block that wraps the call to the read file method if an IO exception occurs during the execution of the read file method. It will be caught here and the error message will be printed. In this example, how to handle checked exception using a try-catch block when performing file input-output operations. And next question is how to define user defined exception. In this example, class my custom exception extends exception defines a custom exception class named my custom exception that extends the built-in exception class. This means my custom exception inherits properties and behaviors from exception and can be used like any other exception. Public static void some method throws